Agatha all along. That is the dumbest name title. They should have just called it Agatha. Like, they only called it Agatha all along because the stupid song in WandaVision got popular. The show should have been called Agatha. I hate the title. But it's your boy Icon with a Marvel TV review for you, going over Agatha, and this better be it. Like this, I'm not even gonna say season 1 because this better be all that we're getting, and we're here to review it. I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. When they announced the trailer for this, when they announced that she was getting her own show, I didn't care. When the show came closer, I didn't care. And I mean, even now, I'm just like, I'm reviewing it for the sake. I mean, I do TV and movie reviews for superhero television, and like I've always said, if you've been following my channel for a long time, I'm never gonna say something's bad or talk shit about something unless I've actually watched it. But my initial thoughts was I just didn't care either way. But I did watch it. I watched the first episode, and I do have to say, you know, it was good enough to make me want to see more. So we're gonna review some Agatha all along. I don't know why they call it. And what was the first episode? Like, thou seekest, thou find the path, or something. Like, the title was weird. Like, the way the title was, it was just very strange. Seekest thou the road? Wouldn't it be like seekest the road? I don't know. So anyway, like I said, before we get started, as always, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, Jesus, to everybody who subscribed to my YouTube channel already, because we hit the 1K mark, and now here's the goal, the drive for 2K and beyond. I love everybody. I love the new subscribers. I love my OG original subscribers, and I'm going to try my best to keep pumping out this great content for all of you so we can all share in this community, this geekdom, and this fashion community, because the fashion community has been very popular over the last year or so for my channel as well. So we got the geek community, we got the fashion community, and hopefully we got people that enjoy both and everything in between. So now let's get started with a little Agnes. So it basically starts, she's in Westfield. Like, there's not a lot to say about this. She's in Westfield because at the end of WandaVision, Wanda brain blasted her and basically turned her back into Agnes. And apparently she stayed in Westfield. So she's been in Westfield this entire time, being the nosy neighbor. But something different happened to where all of a sudden she woke up one day and decided that she was a police detective. So she starts going down to weird crime scenes or whatever. Apparently there was a redheaded woman that was face down in the forest, and Agnes was trying to investigate, the whole situation. She was bumping into members of the community, people that was supposed to be the chief of police, her forensic cop associate, the nurse, doctor. So now we're basically back into the mind prison that WandaVision created. But only now the mind prison is in her own head. It's in her own mind. These are things that she's seeing. So then she's at work. She's trying to investigate the murder of this redheaded woman. And then all of a sudden, the police chief says, hey, there's this new lady who is fine as hell. There's this new lady where she's supposed to be working with you on the case. She's going to be your partner. Agnes was like, I don't want her as a partner. And then the two of them started having conversation. And during their conversation, the woman was just asking her random questions. She was just like, when was the last time you actually left the town? What did you do last summer for vacation? Where do you vacation? Where do you go? And these are questions that Agnes couldn't answer because she doesn't have these backtrack memories. As far as she's concerned, she's a police cop, she's a detective that basically has lived in Westfield her whole life. She feels some kind of way about being asked questions. She goes home. The fine-ass detective comes to her house. The two of them share pizza, and then they start talking. While they're talking, and the woman's trying to get into her head, and she was just like, and then Agnes said something she was like, I never liked you. And then the woman was just like, okay, but do you even remember why you don't like me? Do you remember why you hated me? You have all this seed-rooted hatred. She's like, you have all these thoughts. You have all these feelings, but no memories to back them up. So then Agnes, she went upstairs to go use the bathroom. She heard some rumblings upstairs, in the bedroom, and then she caught some Spanish kid breaking into her house. She chased this kid all around the neighborhood, and that was the craziest thing because there was a moment where the boy climbed out of the window and he was on the roof. He jumped off the roof, or he climbed down from the roof. Agnes fell out of the window, grabbed onto the latch, she grabbed onto the ledge of where the house was. The boy is running away, and then she's like, stop right there or I'll come get you. First of all, you're hanging from the goddamn house. Second of all, where she was hanging as opposed to the floor, you were 2 feet from the ground. All you have to do is just let go, land on the ground, and go chase this boy. But anyway, he ended up getting hit by a car, and then when he got hit by a car, then she finally caught up to him. She brought him in for justice. Like, she brought him in. And then when she was interrogating him, the fine ass officer, she showed up again. And then while she was interrogating the kid, she was beating him up, trying to get answers from him. She couldn't get answers from him. And then she showed him pictures. She was like, oh, you must have been the person that murdered that poor woman, that redheaded woman. These are the pictures. Look at what you did. And then the kid was like, why are you showing me pictures of like random flowers? And then he looked over to the right, and then he said that you're supposed, because in Agnes's mind, she was in a police interrogation room. And of course, they have the two-way mirror glass where they always have the cop on the other side. She kept looking at the glass to get feedback from the pretty officer who was on the other side of the glass. But then the kid, he was just like, why do you keep staring at that painting on the wall? And then come to find out it wasn't two-way glass, it was a painting. And she wasn't in a police station, she was like in a house somewhere. So now she's freaking out. You know, like she's kind of going crazy, and then her mind basically just snaps. She starts to figure out everything that's happening. Like her mind comes back to normal. We lose Agnes, and then Agatha shows up. So she wakes up in her house, and then when she wakes up in her house, she's like, shit, I'm in Westfield. How the hell did this happen? Because the spell that Wanda had put on her seems to have been broken now. So she remembers who she is. So she goes outside. She starts interrogating the neighborhood. She's like, how long have I lived in this shitty-ass town? And they were like, you've been here for 3 years. And I said, holy shit, WandaVision was 3 years ago. Like, if you go to my YouTube channel, I actually did review WandaVision. Shit, that was 3 years ago. Damn. So anyway, they said that she's been living in Westfield for 3 years, and she's actually been like a model neighbor. She said she's been kind of like the nosy neighbor. And then she came out of the house butt-ass naked, because I don't know why she was naked, but she came out of the house butt-ass naked. And then the guy was just like, the neighbor, he was just like, he said, aside from the fact that you out here butt-ass naked, he said, you've always been like the perfect neighbor. She's like, you were always cool with us. We never had a problem with you. He said, but the last couple of days, you kind of had this CSI thing going, and then we just let you rock, you know, like we were trying to help you and everything, but, you know, like it is what it is. And then, you know, she put two and two together. She goes back into the house. And then when she goes into the house, she finds out that the Spanish kid was tied up in a closet. So she was like, shit, I didn't arrest you. I actually kidnapped you. But then she was like, shit, but if you're real, she said, if I actually ran up on you and kidnapped you, then that means that fine-ass cop that's trying to be my friend, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, the wind breaks the door down, the fine-ass officer actually is a witch. She sees Agnes, and then her and Agnes actually get into a physical fight. Like, they get into a physical confrontation. But clearly this woman has power because she's a witch. So they're going back and forth, and then after a while, like, Agnes was just like, wait, I remember, like, bitch, you can't kill me. And then she's like, you can't kill me, there's nothing you can do. And then the woman was like, yeah, but I can make you suffer. And then she was like, listen, but do you even want to do that? Because she was like, I hate you, Agatha. She's like, I'm going to kill you, Agatha. I'm finally going to get my revenge. But then she was like, but do you really want to get your revenge when I'm not at full strength? She was like, look at me. I just got my memories back like 3 seconds ago. I don't know who I am. I'm not at full strength. She goes, even if you wanted to kill me, wouldn't you want to wait until I'm at top peak physical condition? Why would you kill me now when I can't even really fight back? I was like, she was like, let me get my power back. Let me get back the perp. Let me get my perp on. And then once I get my purple peeper eater magic back, she said, once I get my power back, then we can fight, and then you can see if you can really kill me. So the chick, she was like, all right, cool. She said, bet, I'll take that action. But the Sinister Seven, or whatever the hell they were called, she said, but the Sinister Seven wants you dead too. Because she said, basically, everybody wants you dead. Everybody's coming to kill you. But she said that I'm willing to wait to see if you can get your power back so I can fight you at full strength. They might not want to do that, but you're more than willing to try to get your power back so we can have this final showdown. Agatha then, she was just like, all right, cool. And then the kid was in the closet again, like kicking and screaming and everything. Then she's like, oh shit, I forgot about him. That was how the episode ended, and thank you for tuning in. So it was interesting. I mean, if I'm being honest, like nothing really happened to the point where this episode deserved to be as long as it was. I mean, the story was pretty much cut and dry, but I am interested as far as the path to her getting her power back and whether or not we get a Scarlet Witch cameo. I mean, like I said before, they were alluding that the Scarlet Witch was dead because what that fine witch said to, I'll remember her name eventually, but that fine ass witch, what she said to Agatha was, because Agatha, there was also a point where Agatha was trying to solve the case, and then she was doing the thing where she was taking the first letter of like everything to spell something out, and it spelled out the Darkhold. But the girl basically told Agatha, she said that the spell that Wanda put on you was broken because Wanda's dead and the Darkhold has been destroyed. I don't think Wanda's dead, but Wanda did destroy the Darkhold, but I don't think Wanda's dead. So anyway, so because of that, they said that the spell that she put on you was broken, so now you're free again. So now the search for Wanda's power is on, and I guess like the Spanish kid's gonna go with her because she kidnapped him for a reason, but maybe he was trying to escape. or something. He was looking for something, but we'll find that out in the next episode. But I said, I do want to see what happens. I want to see Homegirl come back, but I do want to see what happens with the search for the perp. So share your questions, comments, and or concerns down below, and we will continue to talk about it. So check out my other reviews because I got the Penguin on the channel, El Penguino. I'm gonna have episode 2 for Agatha up on my channel as well. I don't know if I'm gonna call it Agatha all along or I'm just gonna call it Agatha. We'll see. But share your questions, comments, and concerns, and we'll continue to talk about it. Also check out my videos from New York Fashion Week. I'm still putting those up because I got a lot of videos left to go. And so everybody that enjoys the fashion stuff, I got that for you. And for all the superhero people, I got that as well. And we're doing Tomb Raider October 10th. And on October 3rd, the season premiere, the final season of Superman and Lois. God bless them all, because that's going to suck when that ends. So thanks for tuning in, guys. So until next time, for some more Agatha action, time to get that perp rolling. And until then, we're out this bitch.